Hey guys, it's Chris, and I am finally getting a chance to look at some of Alex's What I Eat in a Day on Weight Watchers. I'm going back to the video where she announces she's on Weight Watchers, and I'm going to see what she eats this day, and I'm going to look at a couple other ones. I am having some problems with my computer. I made a community post. It's working for now, so I want to try to get some stuff done. It is old. It's probably on its last legs. So anyways, we're going to get right into this. This is from her Why I'm Going Back on Weight Watchers video.
Guys, let's hop into the first meal of the day. So the good thing is I bought these before I decided to get back into Weight Watchers. I got them at Costco. They're the Kirkland sous vide egg bites and 7 points. Not bad at all.
Now, here's the issue. I personally think Weight Watchers works best for people who don't have major problems with food and need to lose like 20 to maybe 40, even 50 pounds. Somebody who has the issues with food Alex has and needs to lose so much weight, I don't necessarily know it's best. I know they're doing GLP-1s now, and I'm on a GLP-1. I'm honest about it. I've been on it for about 6 weeks now. I love it. But Alex has had bariatric surgery and all these other procedures, and she's eaten through them and she hasn't been successful. So I don't know why she isn't trying a GLP-1. She says she's not. I wouldn't fault her if she did. She probably needs it. But the point system confuses me about Weight Watchers because I don't like how they do it. Basically, Weight Watchers has a very antiquated, an outdated, old-fashioned view of diet and food. They push the very 1980s, 90s low fat, high fiber, high carb. Most of the people doing Weight Watchers like Alex are too inactive and too big to need and warrant a high carb diet. Carbohydrates are the most fat inducing macronutrient of them all. Not fat, not protein. Carbohydrates are the problem, and she loves them. She is obsessed with carbs and sweets and snacking because they demonize fat. And I don't think that's a good way to do it. Egg bites are good. There's nothing bad for, just gotta take into account the macros and the calories, obviously. But these are bought, so they probably have a little more sodium and preservatives than you'd like. But all in all, egg bites are not a bad option. You can make them and store them in the refrigerator, and then you just have them to pop right in. But those two little dinky ass egg bites aren't going to fill her up. Make no bones about it. She stretched her stomach pouch out quite a bit by now.
I want to eat them, obviously. I don't know if I'll repurchase. Like, seven's kind of a lot. It's not like horrible though. It's like
just make them. Buy the stuff to make them. You'll actually save money, because I imagine these pre-made ones probably add up to more money than just getting the ingredients and making your own.
I could just have a couple hard-boiled eggs for $0, but these are
yes, and eggs are 0 points. Oh my god. Okay, now listen, eggs are a damn near perfect food. I love them. But they shouldn't be 0 points. They're still, like, depending on the size of the egg, 65 to 75 or 80 calories a piece. And you do still have to take into account energy that you're ingesting, the caloric amount you're ingesting. Eggs are great, but they should probably be like 1 point each, maybe. You know what I mean? The only 0 point foods should be, listen, here's my list: water, lettuce, especially like iceberg lettuce, cucumbers, and celery. Those are your 0 point foods. Anything else should not be 0 points.
Delicious. So 7 points for these. And then after I eat on the way to the gym, I will have my Alani Blue Slush, which is 0 points. Yeah, I'm going to the gym today. I'm going back to do legs today.
I'm glad she's going to the gym. That's a good thing. And she has the gym equipment in her house too, so.
Yar's bagel is back there. The Greek yogurt bagels are not bad at all. Like, I tracked it yesterday. Yeah, I tracked out the ratio yesterday for.
And the yogurt bagels, okay, those are okay, maybe to have once a week. But again, it's still a bagel. It's still, I'm assuming, made with flour, unless it's like completely flourless and it's like a carnivore bagel. She shouldn't be eating breads and pastas and pastry, nothing with flour. It's still refined. It's still empty carbs and calories. I don't care if it's a protein bagel or whatever, or protein pasta. If you want protein, eat some fucking protein. Eat some chicken, eat some beef, some shrimp, eggs, something. That's still at the end of the day, bread or pasta. I don't care if it has protein added to it. It's still not the best choice. It's a good treat every now and then.
Or the Greek yogurt bagels, and it's only 3
He
points.
looks
So
cute.
it's just the
He's
Greek
getting
yogurt
big.
is non-fat, has 0 points. I'll show all that in another video if you guys end up liking these.
What?
Mr. Squirmy yesterday. Yeah, I tracked out the ratio yesterday for the Greek yogurt bagels, and it's only 3 points. So it's just the Greek yogurt is non-fat, has 0 points. I'll show all that.
Okay, the Greek yogurt, 0 fat, but it still shouldn't be 0 freaking points. It still has 90 calories a serving.
And another video if you guys end up liking these.
I'm guessing, it seems to me like she's going to be one of those people, just like Amberlynn, people who F it up by just relying and going whole hog on these 0 point foods. Am I right?
Anyway, let's start the day. They are so good. May I say even better than Starbucks, because sometimes the one from Starbucks, like the bacon is kind of chewy. These are not.
And those egg bites, you have to be careful when you buy them from places like that, just for the for filler and for texture and stuff. They might add a little bit of flour.
Okay guys, so I just got back from the gym. It is 9:30. I had my breakfast hours ago and I'm definitely getting hungry again. So I'm gonna make a
She's hungry already? It's 9:30 in the morning, Alex. If you ate at 7, even 6:30, you can wait another hour until lunch. This is like the problem. Problem is these girls, they don't think that you should ever, for any amount of time, feel or be hungry. And you can. You're not going to die. It's not going to kill you. You'll be okay. In fact, you want to be able to feel a little hungry, because guess what? When you eat as much as Alex does to be that size and maintain it, you eat too much. So if you really want to see weight loss and see progress, you got to cut back on how much you eat. I'm not saying starve yourself, but she ate before the gym. It's 9:30 in the morning. There is no reason she can't wait until 10:30 or 11 o'clock for lunch.
protein smoothie that's delicious. Now, I would truly love to know.
Protein smoothie. Okay, so you're going to blend up some beef and eggs. There's your protein smoothie. This is basically just her drinking her calories, because smoothies, are a liquid. If you're really that hungry, eat one of those hard-boiled eggs. Eat a couple grilled chicken strips. I mean, just deal with being a little freaking hungry. Yeah.
If you guys have found a protein powder that doesn't have that proteiny aftertaste. I can't remember. It's been so long since I bought protein powder, I think. I had one once. Was it Clean Simple Eats? I am going to make a strawberry banana smoothie. I have a bag of frozen mixed fruit. Sweetened or anything. It's just frozen fruit, which is 0.
Why would you need it sweetened? It's got bananas and strawberries. Strawberries, they could be a little tart. Bananas are too sweet. Like, if you're trying to lose weight or you have blood sugar problems or excess fat, the 2 main fruits you should avoid are the ones she really likes, which is bananas and grapes. They don't, for the amount of sugar and carbs they have, there's not a good balance between that and the nutrients. Have some melon. Berries are your friends. Kiwis, stuff like that. But stay away from the frickin' bananas and grapes.
0 points. What I mixed fruit. It's not sweetened or anything. It's just frozen fruit, which is 0 points.
It shouldn't be 0 points, because it has sugar and carbohydrate. Do you see what I mean? It's 0 points because it doesn't have fat. That sugar, if you don't burn it, turns to fat in your body. So in a way, they do have fat because they turn into fat. And Alex loves the taste of sweet. I do too. I'm like, I have a problem with sugar. You guys know that. I admit it. I can kind of wait and push off eating and push off a snack. She seems to have to eat or thinks she needs to eat every couple of hours. She eats how many times a day?
What I like about Weight Watchers and why I gravitate towards it is because it helps me just eat more whole foods, like fruits, vegetables, lean protein.
You can do that without Weight Watchers, though. Just eat whole foods.
Like that those are all 0 points. And I'm someone where I don't like to feel.
They shouldn't be. I told you, water, cucumber, and lettuce. The odd celery stick. Without peanut butter or any crap like that.
Constricted, counting calories. It's if you hit your max, you're done. It's no, well, sometimes at the end of the day, I might want a sweet treat and I might be able to have a piece of fruit, or if I want something.
But it's the same thing. If you hit your max on your points, you're done, right? Or oh, wait a minute, you have the weekly points you can dip into. See, this is just it's a recipe for failure.
Salty, I can air fry some chickpeas with some really yummy seasoning for 0 points.
I tried what? I tried those recently. I'm gonna lose my shit in this video already, guys. I know why you wanted me to watch it, because you wanted me to get mad. I have a can of chickpeas. I have a few of them. I heated up a can of the chickpeas in the air fryer, and they were good. They were tasty, but the whole container is still 400. It was 460 calories, 40 some, 50 some carbs. How is that 0 point? Because it doesn't have fat? So freaking what? Oh my God. See, and this is Alex doing her thing. Oh, I can just have that. It's 0 points. Oh, it's 0 points. But Alex, the calories are still adding up. This is like, it's a recipe for failure for people, because people like her will do this. Oh, everything's 0 points. Everything's 0 points. But really, it's going to add up to 2,000 calories a day.
You're never like deprived. So we've got some frozen.
I don't like that attitude too. I'm sorry. People aren't going to like it when I say it, but guess what? Sometimes it's okay to be a little bit deprived. And if you need to lose a lot of weight, like Alex does, at least 100, 120 pounds, you need to be okay with depriving yourself of some things. I'm not saying give up all your little treats and snacks, but if you've had something sweet early in the day, you don't need another sweet treat and another sweet treat. You don't need another snack if you've already had 2 meals and 1 snack. Like, this woman does not need to eat more than 2 meals a day. 2 meals and a snack or something like that. She certainly doesn't need 3 meals, full meals plus snacks. And people get so mad at me about that. Somebody told me, oh, you need to snack, blah, blah, blah. You need to eat 6 times a day. No, you don't. Especially all the carb sheets. That's a good way to keep your insulin chronically elevated from the time you wake up until the time you go to sleep and into sleep. And you can't adequately tap into your fat stores, because yes, guys, when your insulin is elevated, you don't burn fat, at least not as adequately. It seriously blunts your ability to tap into your fat stores when your insulin is elevated. Snacking and eating 3 to 6 times a day is not good, especially when you want to lose a lot of excess body fat. Let your snack be the excess fat you have on your body, on your big old butt.
Strawberries and bananas. And then this is the secret. Oh, my battery's gonna die. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. The secret for, in my opinion, like, I use these so much after my gastric bypass. So they're delicious and high protein, low sugar. They're the only protein that I have found tastes good at all.
But it still has calories. And this woman does not need to be drinking her calories. When you have that much weight to lose, you need to keep drinking your calories to an absolute minimum, especially because she wants to eat all the time.
So since my gastric bypass, my stomach honestly did still remain much smaller than it was pre-surgery.
It definitely probably is smaller than pre-surgery, but she's definitely, with the way she eats, stretched that pouch out quite a damn bit.
This was a few years ago at this point, but I still get hungry frequently, and having protein to keep me full longer helps.
But you get hungry because you're not eating real protein. You're eating carby things that have protein added to them, or eating them with protein. Those carbs are still going to cause that blood sugar spike that causes the insulin spike and does the whole cycle. Round and round we go, and that's going to cause hunger. It's going to cause that cycle of being hungry. If you want to stay satiated, you want to focus on protein and some good fat. Eat your eggs with a little bit of cheese if you want, some non-starchy vegetables, some turkey bacon. Hell, even have some regular bacon. Just don't overdo it. Have some ground beef or steak or shrimp or something like that. I mean, it's just, the carbs are she really should be controlling how many carbohydrates and how much sugar she eats. That's why she's hungry, because her carbs are probably 70% of her macro count in a day is carbohydrates.
Helps a lot. So that is the key. It's all about protein. So I'm going to use half of this core pouch.
So eat protein. Eat meat, eat eggs.
Or vanilla now. These literally taste like a melted McDonald's ice cream cone. I'll
That was very oddly specific.
put a link. I just ordered them on Amazon. They usually come like the same or next day. So I'm gonna use half of this now. We're gonna use half of it later. Try to eyeball it here. Say that's about half. Either way, I'm just gonna track this.
Okay, and there's another problem. She said, oh, that's about half. She's not measuring things. And I know it sounds nitpicky and it's tedious, but if you want to be truly specific, you have to measure things out.
This whole thing because we're going to use it later. I'm putting this still under breakfast. So I'm tracking the fruit for 0 points. This whole bottle only has 4. I'm just going to
That blows my mind.
go ahead and track the whole thing because we're going to use the rest later. And now just for some extra nutrition, I'm going to do a tablespoon of ground flaxseed and chia seeds just because
They're good for you. They have a lot of good fats and micronutrients. They have a lot of carbs. She does not take into account, none of the girls take carbs into account at all. Did you notice that? They only care about calories, and sometimes they'll worry about fat content or sodium. They totally ignore carbs because they want to keep eating their carbs. Yeah. No, the flax seeds and chia seeds, they're good, but you just have to be mindful because seeds and nuts are extremely calorically dense.
So this smoothie has 2 points for half of the protein shake and then 2 points for the total of flax and chia seeds. Now I ordered another thing that you can put in here, some peanut butter powder. I have some coming in today from Amazon from a new brand that I haven't used before. So
the PB2 powder, that's good too. It's a good way to get that peanut butter flavor without all of the calories and stuff, but it is easy to kind of go overboard with the portions of the PB2 powder.
I have the banana that also does give it some natural sweetness. You could throw in maybe a couple dates. This is our
dates. I love dates. I can't have them in my house. I'll eat the whole bag. I mean, I just love them. You know why? Because they're so freaking sweet. They're literally like candy. So if you have a banana in your smoothie and this sweet vanilla protein shake, you don't need to be adding dates. Like, you really don't need to add the banana. If you want some nutrients, skip the banana and add a half of an avocado. Count for the calories because they're higher in calories. But honestly, a half an avocado is probably roughly around the same calorie count as a banana. And if you still need more sweetness, add a little stevia or allulose or erythritol, whatever sweetener of choice you use. So that's like a way I would take this protein drink smoothie and make it a little better.
And the great thing is it takes me a while to drink this, so it ends up keeping me full right through to lunch. Thick mama, but the perfect consistency. Look at that. Gorgeous. Delicious. This would be so good with a little bit of peanut butter powder. It's amazing. Lots of nutrients.
Now, if she wanted to have that at the end of the night as like a dessert and she was on track all day and she hasn't snacked her ass off all day, okay, fine, no big deal. But I think she eats like 3 times a day plus at least like a snack after every meal. There's no need for that.
All right, guys, it is lunchtime now. I am super stoked for lunch. These are loaded Taco Bell fries, healthy girl edition, and they are super point friendly. This stunning bowl with fries on the bottom, and we've
Now, making them in the air fryer, that's not a bad option, but she just gave us a speech about protein. Okay, so why for lunch are you having French fries?
got lean ground beef, refried beans, cheese, queso.
Lean ground beef, refried beans. Okay, yeah, that's good. The lean ground beef, the fat-free refried beans, it just adds more carbs. You're having carbs with your carbs. Why does she have to have the beans? Just put a little more ground beef in them.
So this whole bowl has 4 points. I don't even think I've even said, though, how many points we get in it.
Let me guess. The meat's probably what has the points.
I think it's 40 exactly. Oh, I get 43 points. I do get a lot of points because I am
That is a lot of points, but Amber Lynn gets like 80.
heavy. Here is how the app looks. This is how many points I've left. I already tracked my lunch. And then you also get weekly points. So,
and if they give you a lot of points, here's another thing. You don't have to eat them all. The points, it's not a goal to reach by the end of the day. It's like a max. Be okay with not hitting that 43 points. I don't know about you guys. I can't for the life of me find anywhere that online that can explain how this point system is actually figured out.
So if you it's kind of nice actually, because if you want to go out to dinner on the weekend, you can use your weeklies. If you have a birthday or something coming up and you're gonna go over on your points, you can use your weeklies. And if you have leftovers, they will roll into your weekly points. So,
but they shouldn't. It'd just be like, if you don't have leftover points, you don't have them. But if you do, just forget about them. People could skimp and skimp all week and then use those added up extra calories or points with their weeklies to have a major blowout.
So yeah, there's a whole bowl. That's 4 points. It is super, super, super point friendly. So 1 russet potato, 0 points. 0 points in a potato.
Water, lettuce, and cucumber. My list doesn't have potatoes on it. Potatoes have calories. They're decent as far as calories, but they have a bunch of carbohydrates, which if you don't burn them and use them, they get stored in your body as fat.
So what I'm learning from a lot of, like, I see them on fitness influencers pages all the time too.
What I'm learning from watching it is you are still grossly addicted to carbohydrates.
Like, don't be afraid of potatoes. They are macro friendly. So I literally...
But they have too many carbohydrates for you. Are you going to go train to run a half marathon to burn off all these carbs? No.
You just dice them up into fry shape.
Like, if she's not having a lot of carbs all day, have like those homemade fries with your dinner or something as a treat. That would be good. Every meal has carbohydrates.
Then I did lean ground turkey and fat-free refried beans. Cooked that with taco seasoning. 0 points.
Why? The refried beans have carbs and calories. This is a horrible system they got going on. And even the ground turkey, it's lean, yeah, it's good, but it still has calories. All this stuff still has calories at the end of the day.
We're still at 0 points. Then the only points were in the little bit of queso I put and shredded cheese. And then I also did some pickled jalapenos for 0 points.
And why do you need queso and shredded cheese? It's like, pick one or the other.
The most stunning 4-point bowl. I'm making 3 so I can have these for lunch. So I'm already thinking ahead for dinner and snacks. So I'm gonna...
Why? I'm thinking ahead for dinner and snacks. You don't need snacks, Alex.
I make in the afternoon one of my little
She's not a growing kid. She doesn't need snacks. Her diet is not good. And she has all the equipment to cook. She cooks. So, she's got a better basic understanding than most of the other girls. She could make really nice, healthy meals.
All right, guys, it is time for a little afternoon treat.
Why? Why does she need an afternoon snack?
And it's that time between...
You can go more than 2 or 3 hours without eating. You can go more than 5 or 6 hours without eating.
Lunch and dinner where you're just getting a little hungry.
Yeah, oh my God. Okay, it's that time, guys, between lunch and dinner where you get a little hungry. So guess what? You wait so that when you eat dinner, you're hungry and you will eat an adequate dinner, a healthy dinner. You don't need to snack while you're waiting for your dinner.
You just want a snack. So I'm going to make some air fryer garbanzo beans.
They're good, but the can is like 460 calories. In fact, I have the can on my counter. Okay, so I do have the can. One can has 3.5 servings. So about 380 to 400 calories for the whole can. And for the whole can, about 65 to, well, more than that. Probably like 70 to 75, 80 carbs. Guys, but that's a lot. She's already had 40, 50 carbs for the day. So this is going to put her at 120. That's what I said really should be the max for the day. It's too much. She's not active enough. She doesn't burn that much energy.
Chickpeas, 0 point food on Weight Watchers.
0 point food, guys. Woohoo, yay, 0 point food. Even though Chris just told me that the whole can is 400 and some calories and 80, the equivalent of probably about 18 teaspoons of sugar, 16 roughly,
Beans are so good for you. I'm trying to eat more beans, like in whatever.
They're good, but you gotta take into account their calories and carbs.
Every way that I can. I think I'm gonna make some black bean brownies.
Okay, making a treat like that every now and then is not a bad idea. I am all for finding healthy versions of stuff you like to kind of help keep you on track and to treat yourself. She doesn't need them right now. When you're at the start of your weight loss journey, before you've really seen significant weight loss and the scale hasn't moved that much and you clearly don't have a grip on a real clean, healthy diet, you should try to avoid those like replacement foods. So she's going to eat the whole can. That should be her meal. That should have been lunch then, Alex. You can't have the fries and this and the smoothie and the egg bite. Like, you should have had the fries or this.
Or I don't know, just chilling. They are crunchy and delicious and 0 points, 25 grams of protein.
I am so annoyed and over this. 0 points, guys. It's 0 points. Like, that's a flex, like it's doing something good. It's not. Like, Alex, I know they have you thinking that, oh, it's 0 points, like that it's neutral as far as what. No, the calories and the carbohydrates and stuff, it's adding up. If she just cut out her snacks, she would lose weight. If she would give up this trope of, oh, I can have this and this, and I can have this extra, and oh, it's 0 points, 0 points, and went with my list, Chris's list of 0 point foods, she would have so much better and just faster results. Because I mean, I want her to lose the weight and be healthy. She's got a little bitty baby, adorable little boy who should have his mommy around for many, many years. And I would hate to see something happen to her and him grow up without a mom. I'm telling you, it sucks for your kid to grow up without one of their parents. My son's father, you guys know it, I've said it before, he died he died a week after our son turned 4. So even though I have amazing family that I love to death, that help and support us and love my son and they're there for him, it still sucks to not have my co-parent. My partner stepped in. He stepped up as the father figure in my son's life. But it's still hard on the co-parent and the kid. I know if my son's dad could come back and be here, he would. And he was fit. He was healthy. He went to the gym 3 days a week. He was in shape and took care of himself. Alex got another chance from catching this clot, and it ended up not being a problem. She should use this opportunity to be just so much more serious about getting this shit done.
All right, it's time to make some dinner. Typically for lower point pasta, I would highly recommend a chickpea pasta.
Which, again, she always talked about, oh, I have protein pasta. I eat protein pasta. It's chickpea pasta. It's still pasta. It's still made with flour. It's still a refined carbohydrate. It's better to have it like once a week as a treat. Her meals should mainly consist of like eggs, lean proteins. You can even have a fattier protein, just count the calories, and non-starchy vegetables, dairy if she can tolerate it, yogurt or light sour cream, a little bit of cheese. Have a little bit of hummus if you want. Maybe the occasional little bit of like berries and some starchier veg, like maybe squash, potatoes, maybe once a week, once or twice a week with a meal.
Or a protein pasta. They have Barilla protein and then like Bonza chickpea. But right now I have regular pasta, which honestly tastes better, but it is much higher in points. But like I said, we've kind of planned our day so we can have a higher point.
At least the pasta is higher points. Like that's a miracle.
Weigh out 4 ounces of the pasta for 11 points. And then I'm going to do a quarter cup measured out of Alfredo sauce for my portion for
That's not a lot, guys.
5 points. And then the grilled chicken breast and the broccoli is 0 points.
Like, okay, I'll give you the broccoli for the 0 points. But why can't you have like chicken Alfredo without the pasta? Grill up some chicken breast, slice it up, do it on a bed of like broccoli and cauliflower, some other vegetables, and put some of the Alfredo sauce over the chicken. You just don't have to have the pasta. That way you're still having something you like. Just don't have the pasta with it. You just have more of the chicken and vegetables. You know what I mean? So you can still have stuff like this without having the bad parts, because the pasta is the unhealthiest part of the meal.
As to 16 points for dinner. And then I typically make garlic bread too. I haven't even scanned that yet, but I've still got.
And she's having breads. This is a pre-bought garlic bread, no doubt. So it's got probably seed oil and stuff and a lot of extra fat. Delicious, but this is where she needs to make better choices. Have the pasta and the chicken and the vegetables, but don't have the bread. Or have the chicken and the vegetables with one slice of the garlic bread if you must. Don't have the pasta with the bread, plus all your chickpeas, plus all your potato. Like, you know what I mean? It's constant ingestion of what is essentially sugar is insane, and that's also driving her hunger and her cravings.
Oh, wait a minute. That's not bad at all. Exciting. Okay. I've showed this a million times on my channel. I get this from Whole Foods. It's the Julien's multigrain baguette.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be eating it, Alex. You had a blood clot, you have a little baby, and you'll want to lose like 40 or 50 pounds or something like that. You want to get to 250. You need to tack on another almost 100 pounds to that 250. That should not be her weight loss goal at all. I can't believe that. That's horrible.
Baguette, that was fancy, with butter and garlic. Delicious. And they're like pre-cut into little slices, which is just like so good for, having a certain portion. You can have 2 pieces for 4 points. So I'm going to do that. That's
So she's not going to have 1 piece. She's going to have 2.
Leaves us with 6 points for the day after that. And honestly, after that, I was only planning on having something for 0 points. So
she's already planning on eating again after this and using every last point, guys. No point left behind. So she eats 3 meals a day plus 3 snacks. That's ridiculous. You can be mad at me, her haters get mad at me, but she doesn't need it. And the things I'm saying are better for her than the people telling her, yes, queen, go ahead, eat like this. The advice I'm giving and the things I say are better in the long run, health-wise, and would yield more weight loss for her than what she's doing. So you can criticize me all you want. My way would see results.
Finagle your points to work for you. Maybe I'll end up even doing a little more pasta. I need to look at how much before.
I've coached people losing weight, like family members and friends. I would like to do coaching. I wanted to wait until I got closer to my goal weight because I just want people to know I can practice what I preach. I'm not telling her anything I wouldn't tell a weight loss and accountability client.
4 ounces is going to be, I think it's still going to be plenty. But anyway, I'm going to steam some frozen broccoli and just cook up some chicken breast.
Yeah, have a big pile of broccoli and the chicken breast. You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Measure everything out, and that'll be dinner.
There's no way.
1/4 cup.
And again, I told you that's not a lot of sauce.
Alfredo sauce.
I would rather skip, honestly, the pasta, have more of the vegetables and the meat, and be able to use a little bit more of the sauce. I just think it would be tastier and it would be a better option.
Lots of broccoli. And I season the chicken with salt, pepper, paprika, garlic powder, onion.
Yeah, like add more of the chicken. Take out the pasta and add more of the chicken. Have an Alfredo, a chicken broccoli Alfredo chicken bowl.
Powder, all the usuals. Actually, I might need a bigger bowl to give this a good mix.
Or mix a little bit, like make quinoa and measure like a half a serving or 1 serving of quinoa in there. At least it's a more nutritionally dense carbohydrate.
Plenty of food, honestly, maybe even too much. Do more.
She's like, oh, this might be too much. No, it isn't, Alex. I'm sorry. She can act like this is too much, but you don't get to be 310 pounds as a 5'7", 5'6" woman by eating just 1 serving of something like this.
Vegetables and lean protein if you want. So like if you had less points for today, you could just do a little less pasta.
And this should be all you eat. Like she doesn't need to eat something else. She has to eat right up until she goes to bed.
And a little more of the 0 point parts of this. Okay guys, sorry, the dishwasher and bottle washer is going right now and I'm sure it's so loud. But I'm coming on to end this video with one of my favorite treats right now. If you like orange creamsicles, orange dreamsicles, we're going to use the second half of that protein shake. If you have not tried a protein soda, I'm going to blow your mind. They are so delicious. I have tried several kinds.
I take some of my 0 sugar Italian sweet cream coffee creamer, and I will put a little bit of it into, I'll walk up into town and get an iced fountain drink, a diet Pepsi or a diet root beer, and I will pour a little bit of that 0 sugar creamer into that, and it tastes a little bit like a melted float. This is something probably similar, but the one I do isn't a protein one, so it has much less calories, and it's a delicious treat. In fact, I'll have it like in place of a dessert. 30 calories, 40 calories beats me down in a 1,200 calorie Ben and Jerry's pint any day of the week.
On my channel, but my most recent is with diet orange soda. If you're anti-diet soda, that's fine.
No, and I actually have diet orange soda, so I mean I could try this, but I'll probably just do the creamer because it is less calories. But this isn't too bad. Okay, this is a drink. It's protein. It's not ingesting more food, so it's not too bad, but it still has calories. But she just didn't need to eat anything else for the day, guys.
But you can see it literally looks like a creamsicle, and it satisfies the sweet tooth
Yeah,
so
I'm
much.
gonna try that.
Actually, that's
good.
perfect. There's like a little bit left, because if you do too much, it's like a little overpowering. Like, yeah, about a third. Literally an orange creamsicle, that sweet craving, and you get protein to help like fulfill the hunger, because
But here's the thing: is she's always like, "Oh, you get the protein to fulfill the hunger." The problem is that protein isn't fulfilling her hunger because she's eating carby processed stuff with protein added. If she was eating real protein, eggs, dairy, meats, with a little bit of good fat, that would just be so much more satiating. The protein is the key to maximum satiety. So I'm going to go here. I will do her other ones and I will just make this like a little series and I will keep doing it until I get caught up with her or until she quits, whichever happens first. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. I don't believe that's how much she would eat.